Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the Finnish group, which consists of Maulidia, Nasrah, and me, Nurul Farisha. So we will present the results of our group work, which discusses Finland. The first one who will explain is me, Nurul Farisha. So I will explain or introduce the country of Finland and its culture, which includes the language they use and their food and also their living habits. Okay, the first is Finland country introduction. This country, which belongs to the European continent, is located in the northernmost part of the earth and is located between two countries, namely Sweden and Russia, with the capital city Helsinki. Then Finland has an area of about 338,424 square kilometers. So it is not surprising that Finland is in the eighth position as the largest country on the European continent. And then the uniqueness that is owned by Finland is that there are thousands of lakes, or to be precise, 187,888 lakes. One of the largest lakes here is named Lake Saimaa, which is ranked fifth as the largest lake in Europe. And then the second is about Finnish culture. The first is language. The two official languages of Finland are Finnish and Swedish. And the primary language of interactions in most higher education institutions is Finnish. 91% of the population speak Finnish and 5% speak Swedish. The rest speak other languages such as Sami, Romani, and Karelia.
And then about Finnish food, the first is salmiakki. Not to be confused with the licorice found in the US, this bit black candy is flavored with ammonium chloride to give it a strong salty kick. Most people may not love it on the first time, but for Finns who have grown up eating it, salmiakki is nothing short of addictive. Even referred to as black gold, Finns take salmiakki with them when they go traveling. And then the second is Karjalanperaka. Originally from the Karelia region in the eastern part of Finland, which is now part of Russia. This rice pastry filled with thick rice pureed has become a popular snack throughout the country. The most common way to eat Karjalanperaka is with manavai, a spread made out of a chopped hard-boiled egg and butter. Lepagesto or bread cheese. This baked, slightly sweet cheese is a regional specialty that has become a popular dish all over the country. The cheese makes a squeaky sound when you bite into it, which explains why some Finns, especially kids, refer to it as the squeaky cheese, particularly popular in the northern part of Finland. It's best enjoyed hot with some cloudberry jam spread on top. And then the fourth is risleipä. Rye bread is so beloved by Finns that it was for the national food in 27. The same year, Finland celebrated its 100 years of independence from Russia. Eaten for breakfast, as a side at lunch, and as a snack, risleipä is a staple of the Finnish diet that often served with ham and cheese or a side of butter. And the last is korpapusti. Scandinavian flavor can be sampled all around the world this day thanks to IKEA. If you've ever paid a visit to the food court in one of the furniture giant stores, you have probably come across the cannibal, a sweet roll filled with sugar, cinnamon, and cardamom. The Finnish version of this treat has a curious name, korpapusti, which means a slap on the ear.
And then Finnish life habits. The first is on time. If you are making an appointment, the Finnish people will come according to the time of the agreement. If they experience delays, they will notify in advance by providing an estimated time of delay. And then doing sauna. For Finnish people, sauna is one of the secret and very important activities. Sauna is the best place to talk, especially personal matters, because it is considered to the safest and most private place. And then coffee fans. Most people around the world like to consume coffee, especially when having casual conversation with relatives, as well as people in Finland. Based on research, Finnish people consume more than 1 cup of coffee a day or can spend kilos of coffee, exactly 12 kilos of coffee in 1 year. And then the last is reading hobby. Although technology has advanced and the ease of accessing the internet is unquestionably fast, most Finns still maintain traditions, especially when it's come to reading.
I think that's all from me. And next, Maulidia, this is your time.
Well, I am Maulidia, and here I would like to continue the explanation of Nurul Farisha about culture. So the last one is tourist attractions. There are lots of tourist attractions in Finland, and there are 7 most popular tourist attractions there. The first one is Articum Science Center. This is one of the best places to go hunting for the aurora borealis. Sometimes people flock to the Articum Science Center for spectacular northern lights snow inside its famous glass tunnel. The second is Sarkaniemi Adventure Park in Tampere. This is an amusement park open to Finns and foreign tourists. Sarkaniemi is blasting in vibrant colors with thrilling rides, games, and events and concerts that entertain anyone who sets foot on the park. There is also planetarium, aquarium, and restaurants inside the Sarkaniemi. And the third is Levi Ski Resort. The ski resort in Levi is Finland's leading and fast-growing sport resort. It has more than 40 slopes open for public use, each catering to every skill level and age. And there are other ice activities to do in Levi Ski Resort like fat biking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and snowboarding. Next is Helsinki Cathedral. Helsinki is Finland's capital. The cathedral features beautifully curved exteriors and is a head-turner for passing tourists and locals. Next is Snow Castle in Kemi. Running for 20 years, the Snow Castle in Kemi in northern Finland is frequented by tourists for its one-of-a-kind snow and ice masterpieces. And the castle is being rebuilt every year since 1996, allowing travelers to see ice and snow architecture. Then, Suomenlinna Fortress. Built as a maritime fortress during the Swedish era, it has been recognized as part of the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1991. On top of the fortress, a guest can also visit the museums in Suomenlinna. And the last one is Sibelius Monument. Abstract art is portrayed by Ella Hiltunen, the creator of the Sibelius Monument in Finland's capital, Helsinki. Created as a tribute to the famous Finnish composer Jan Sibelius. The monument features more than 600 organ pipes floating from the ground with Sibelius bust on the side. And next, I will explain about technology in Finland. In fact, Finland is the #1 education and technology country in the world. Maybe very few people know about it. Education in Finland is free and equitable, and information technology is the fastest growing in the world. Finland is also a country that produces Nokia mobile phones, which has a high rating in the international world. In the early 2000s, Nokia became one of the most popular mobile phone brands in Indonesia. In the international world, Finland is known as a high technology country. In terms of industrial technology, Finland is arguably more advanced than other countries. This is because Finland doesn't only focus on technological excellence, but also takes into account the impact on human health. Then, Finland has mastered the technology of machinery, electricity, metal industry, transportation, wood and paper, and also chemistry. Then, I will explain about the education system in Finland. Every child in Finland enters primary school when he is 7 years old, because according to them, children must have a major readiness when they want to take education, so that the learning process runs more optimally. So, there are some facts about the education system in Finland. The first one is there is no standardized test. Finland only has one standardized test that is intended for final year students in high school, namely the mandate standardized test. With only one test available by the time they are 16 years old, teachers become more flexible in delivering material in class and are not confined to the school syllabus. They will not force students to understand the material. Instead, they try to spur students to think. No wonder the principle of education in Finland is less testing, more studying. And the second is no competition. The most impressive reason why Finland has the best education system in the world is the atmosphere built in the classroom. Students are encouraged to cooperate with other students, not to compete. The teachers also focus on students' development. Teacher will ensure that each student understands the lessons they are learning. And the third is learning community. In Finland, education doesn't teach students to be the smartest, but rather emphasize how to form a community that is combining teachers as educators, students as students, and society as part of education, so that this collaboration makes education superior because all feel responsible of the educational process. Next is the quality of all schools in Finland is the same. In Finland, parents don't have to worry about choosing the best school for their child, because all schools have equal standards. There is no such thing as a favorite school. In addition, the Finnish government has also made it illegal for a school to ask parents for tuition fees. So there is no such thing as a private school here. And children of the rich and poor will go to school in the same place. They will mingle and learn together. The difference is only in two things. Each school has different foreign language lessons and special sports, so that parents can choose the best foreign language and sport for their child. Then, education costs borne by the government. Finland does free education fees for its students. Because the education costs are borne by the government, not only covering the cost of education, the government there even provides shuttle buses for elementary school students, while students at the secondary level are subsidized for transportation costs. In addition, the Finnish government also provides books and a complete library, as well as lunch for students. Therefore, students in Finland just need to come and study without having to bother thinking about anything else. Number 6 is not much homework, only 30 minutes in a day. One of the facts about the education system in Finland is that homework is rarely given from school. The teachers deliberately don't give a lot of homework so that students have more time to play, gather with family, pursue hobbies, exercise, and of course enjoy their lives. This kind of activity is considered to encourage students to be better able to express themselves, be creative, and be more sensitive to the surrounding environment. When compared to America, which charges students to homework for 2 until 3 hours in a day, Finland only imposes a maximum of 30 minutes in a day. In addition, Finland also has the shortest study time among all schools in the West. And then, in one class, there are 2 teachers. Teachers in Finland prioritize the learning process where students can absorb what they learn in class rather than what they can do outside the classroom. Even in one class, there are 2 teachers to give the same learning rights to every student. Homework doesn't make you smart. In Finland, teachers are not only teachers, but they are curriculum experts. The curriculum in Finland is very different in every school, but still runs under official government guidelines. Teachers in Finland are the best graduates in various universities with a minimum diploma of master. Then, number 8, good education doesn't lie in good results. Well, of course, Finland will not be named the country with the best education system if its students do not excel. Despite the relaxed learning, the education system in Finland has proven to be successful. Schools in Finland have the highest graduation rates of all schools in Europe. In fact, in international exams, students in Finland rank first in mathematics and science. Next, the importance of playing time. Every 45 minutes students in Finland study, they are entitled to a 15 minutes break. The Finns believe that the best ability of students to absorb the new knowledge being taught will come if they have the opportunity to rest their brains and build new focus. They also become more productive during study because they understand that soon they will be able to return to playing. In addition to improving the ability to focus above, having a longer break at school also actually has health benefits. They become more active in moving and playing, not just sitting in the class. And the last one is focusing on student character development at an early age. Education in Finland focuses on developing students' personality at an early age, not skills, not learning specific curriculum content. Fully centered on personality development so you can find out what learning difficulties you are experiencing. In addition, learning to know the world, learning to recognize differences in subjects, as well as social life, the opportunity to meet their own needs are very important for young people in continuing their education to a higher level. So that's all my explanation, and for the next slide will be explained by our friend Nasrah.
My name is Nasrah. Next will be explained about economy system in Finland. The economy of Finland has per capita output equal to that of other European economies such as those of France, Germany, Belgium, or the UK. The largest sector of the economy is the service sector at 66% of GDP, followed by manufacturing and refining at 31%. Primary production represents 2.9%. With respect to forestry, the key economic sector is manufacturing. The largest industries were electronics, 22%, machinery, vehicles, and other internal metal products, 21.1%, forest industry, 13%, and chemicals, 11%. And also, Finland has significant timber, mineral, and freshwater resources. Forestry, paper factories, and agricultural sector are important for rural residents, so any policy changes affecting these sectors are politically sensitive politicians dependent on rural food. Next is political system in Finland. There are 7 points about political system. The first point is constitution. The constitution of Finland defines the political system. Finland is a parliamentary republic within the framework of a representative democracy. Citizens can run a vote in parliamentary, municipal, presidential, and European Union elections. The second point is president. The head of state of Finland is President of the Republic of Finland. Finland has had for most of its independence a semi-presidential system. But in the last few decades, the power of the president have been diminished. The third point is parliament. The parliament is elected for a term of 4 years using the proportional divide method within a number of multi-seat constituencies through the most open list multi-member districts. Various parliament committees listen to experts and prepare legislation. Next point is cabinet. The cabinet can be dismissed by a parliamentary vote of no confidence, as the parties represented in the cabinet usually make up a majority in the parliament. Next, law. The judicial system of Finland is a civil law system divided between courts with regular civil and criminal jurisdiction, and administrative courts with jurisdiction over litigation between individual and public administration. And next point is social security. Finland has one of the world's most extensive welfare systems, one that guarantees decent living conditions for all residents, namely Finns and non-citizens. And the last point is human rights. Finland has been ranked above average among the world countries in democracy, press freedom, and human development. Next is religion in Finland. Most Finns are Christians. The largest religious community in Finland is the Evangelical Lutheran Church of Finland Protestant, which is the primary religion representing 67.8% of population by the end of 2020, and the Finnish Orthodox Church, to which about 1.1% of the population belongs. 29.4% are unaffiliated, 0.9% are other Christians, and 0.8% follow other religions like Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and so on.
Okay, thanks to Maulidia, Nasrah, and also thanks to me, Nurul Farisha. That's our presentation. Sorry for all the mistakes and thanks for all the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.